Adrieli, and I'm going to talk about a sentiment analysis implementation with AI systems. Companies receive thousands of interactions through social media daily, which can create substantial financial and reputational risks, especially when a negative comment can become viral within hours. In this context, AI systems become essential as their real-time processing capabilities far exceed those manual and traditional analysis, allowing organizations to detect issues early and avoid critical delays in decision making. Let's understand a little bit more about the technology that will allow this real-time processing in this scenario. So AI, it's computer systems that can perform complex tasks normally done by a human. Machine learning is a subfield of AI where the system learns from data to identify patterns and help in the decision making. The deep learning is a subset of machine learning that advances even more the machine learning capabilities, using multi-layer neural architecture inspired by the human brain to allow the system to learn from complex patterns. And as AI, machine learning, and deep learning evolve, they enable even more sophisticated applications, especially when dealing with human language. This is where natural language processing, also known as NLP, comes in. It is an AI system that uses machine learning to generate, understand, and interpret human language, converting raw text into a numerical representations that will allow the machine to process it. A clear example of this is a voice assistant such as Alexa that uses NLP to interpret the voice command and respond it in real time. Now that we know what NLP is, let's understand how it operates. The data is collected and pre-processed to be used by the algorithm to train the model and find the patterns. Once the patterns are found, the model applies those patterns into an unseen data to make predictions. Finally, the model is evaluated according to the metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, for example. It is continuously improved to ensure higher performance of the model. Our model consists of a bidirectional LSTM, which can understand not just individual words, but also the relationship and context between the words in each post. In testing, the model reached an accuracy recall and F1 score of 77% and a precision of 78%, showing that the model performs consistently well in identifying the sentiment in the customer's messages. So now let's understand a little bit more about those metrics and what they mean for the model's performance. So as I mentioned, the accuracy of 77% shows that the models is performing well across all the classes, so negative, neutral, and positive commands, showing good generalization capacity. Looking more closely to the negative class, the model achieved a precision of 89%, meaning that approximately 9 of 10 predictions labeled as negative are correctly identified, minimizing the false alarms. And the F1 score for the negative class reached 86%, confirming the model's robustness and reliability, ensuring that the majority of the negative comments are accurately identified and that nothing important is missed. And here we focus on the negative class because, as I mentioned before, a negative comment is more harmful for the company than a neutral or a positive comment. So this is why I bring the precision and F1 score, and that's why we are using those metrics to analyze the performance of the model. And I brought two examples to illustrate the performance of our model. In the first example, the customer is complaining about the delays in the flight, which our model predicted as a negative comment with a confidence of 97%. While the second comment is a customer expressing its gratitude for the company, and our model predicted as a positive comment with 99% of confidence. By accurately identifying the sentiment of customers on those social media posts, the NLP provides tangible benefits for airline companies. These advantages include enhancing operational efficiency by automating processes and identifying recurring issues, improve customer satisfaction by quickly addressing frustrated clients with their problems, straightening brand reputation through timely online engagement. And at the end, with those improvements, it can lead to an increase of the revenue. As satisfied customers are more likely to book again and recommend the airline to others. And to illustrate the benefits of implementing NLP for sentiment analysis, I brought the Singapore airline personalization platform case study, where they implemented an NLP for sentiment analysis to process customers' feedback in real time in 28 touchpoints. The results after a year of their implementation was an increase of 23% of the customer satisfaction score, increase of 17.5% of the ancillary revenue, decrease of 68% of customer service response time, while also an increase of 31% of the resolution rates for customers' issues, and finally an increase of 42% of inquiries handled with the same staffing level. Among the challenges is the identification of neutral comments, mostly because they often have more ambiguity. For now, our model is performing well for neutral comments as well, but it's something that we need to keep monitoring and make sure that they will keep that way and make adjustments if necessary in the future. Another challenge is to identify irony and sarcasm in the test. Even for the robust model that we use, such as the bidirectional LSTM that is able to identify complex relationship between words, is still a challenge that we need to keep monitoring. Social media language is also a challenge for the model. People often use slangs or abbreviations, which can lead to a less accurate classification. But in the future, to address this problem, we plan to train the model using posts that contain slangs and abbreviations to improve its ability to understand this informal vocabulary. And finally, for the implementation of the project, a challenge would be the computational infrastructure necessary to handle this large amount of data to be processed in real time. Equally important as understanding the challenges of it is understanding the ethical considerations when using an AI system. One important ethical consideration is to understand how the model arrives at the prediction. For AI systems, especially complex ones such as the bidirectional LSTM that we use for our NLP, it is really difficult to understand how the model arrived at the prediction. So to address this problem, it is important to deploy the explainability techniques such as CHAP and LIME to explain those decisions and make them interpretable by the users. Biases in the dataset is also an ethical consideration that we need to keep in mind, because it can lead to inaccurate and unfair predictions for the unrepresented classes. To mitigate this problem, it is recommended to conduct audits from time to time to ensure fairness in the model. In addition, it is important to ensure that the data collection practices are transparent and follow any privacy regulations, and that the AI system complies with the certification requirements for the industry. In that way, we will ensure that the AI system remains transparent, fair, and compliant with the industry standards. By implementing NLP and sentiment analysis, airlines can turn customers' feedback into actionable insights, transform how your company will engage with your customers, improving satisfaction, efficiency, and the brand reputation. And despite the challenges, our mitigations make the system reliable and fair. So let's take customers' feedback into new heights and improve every journey. Thank you.